You're listening to The Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with Lyndia Grant.
Well, good evening, Radio 1 listeners. Thank you for tuning in to The Lyndia Grant Show. Today is Friday, December the 12th, my sister Ernestine Grant's birthday. And she's in North Carolina, but happy birthday, sis. And I just want to say that my second guest this week is going to be the Community Music Festival. And they're going to be talking about an event that they've been doing at Capitol View Library for 6 years. And now we're going to go to our guests that talk about politics and the economy, Dr. Julianne Malvo. You're listening to the Lyndia Grant Show here on Spirit 1340 WYCB Radio 1 Washington. Good afternoon, Dr. J.
Hey, Lyndia, it's so great to talk with you. This is our last broadcast for the year. I understand we're going to be reprising some of your excellent shows from the past, but today this is a last day for us to get in a few comments. You know, today, December 12th, is theoretically, the last day that the Congress will convene. They usually dismiss this second week of December. They may or may not. Sometimes the Senate stays in a little later, just to create more confusion. But in any case, theoretically, that's what's going on. Now, I'm very challenged today. I'm supposed to bring an evergreen broadcast that's going to air Friday. Today is a Monday. And that's like saying, how do you stay dry in the middle of a hurricane? How do I say something that won't be old in a week or so? But we can figure it out. But child, have you seen this news cycle? You know, have you seen what's going on? I mean, as I said, the Congress is supposed to disperse. They may or may not. They probably will because they don't like to work anyway. I mean, they had 6 weeks off in the middle of the shutdown, so they don't like to work. But we pay them. You know, we don't pay other people, but we pay them. But here's what's going on. Number one, the economy is still doing what it does. In other words, inflation is alive and well. If you haven't felt it, go shopping, and you will feel it. Or another thing, don't go shopping because every penny you spend is fueling your oppression. But if you go shopping, you'll see from your food costs, you know, your turkey, your butter, your greens, your potatoes, to your cost for your toys for your children and grandchildren, to everything else. Everything is going up. And we know that. People are going to tell you, oh, it's no big deal. The economy is doing better. Ask yourself, are you doing better? And then don't just ask yourself, ask somebody who has less money than you. Because Black folks are always the economic first responders. We absorb the shocks, hold the family together, and sometimes make $1 perform miracles. Economic recovery is not the same thing as economic relief. Second big thing, democracy is still fragile and it needs a tune-up. As of now, the Supreme Court is allowing Texas to go forward with their redistricting, which may cost Democrats as many as 5 seats. I say may and tentative. There's some people who got something for them, got something up their sleeve. MALDEF, Mexican American Legal Defense Fund, the National Association, NAACP, Legal Defense Fund, because these so-called redistrictings are really hitting people of color, Black and brown people especially. So this is not going to stop. It's a challenge. I want to share just a little, I won't say it's personal news because it's political news, but I spent last week with my reparations advocates in Evanston, Illinois. Reparations is a conversation that is not going to die as long as we continue to see the wealth gap. And we are seeing a wealth gap and we're seeing it widening.
Oh my God, in Evanston,
yes. Robin Ruth Simmons, wonderful, brilliant young leader, is held sway over 60 reparations organizations from around the country. Of course, I got to speak a couple of times at the town hall and also at one of the meetings, just to remind us of the wealth. There's a direct connection between lynching, the wealth gap, and the need for reparations. So it was a powerful meeting. People will be hearing more. Folks, I want you to subscribe to my newsletter, malvomonitor@gmail.com. Again, malvomonitor@gmail.com. I talk a bit more about that in the newsletter. And again, I hope that people will subscribe and hear, my stuff. Now, we are coming to the end of the road, coming to the end of the year. And but just want to give folks some advice. Stay engaged. Democracy will act up if you don't supervise it. Stay informed. Don't let social media be your econ class. Let the Malvo monitor be your econ class. But don't believe everything you hear, because these people tell lies, big lies, and low lies.
Mm-hmm.
Stay connected. Community is how we basically survive the chaos. And stay rested, because rest is resilience. Every time we rest, we're getting ready for the next fight. And folks, believe me, there will be more fights. This is a challenging situation, but challenging and not impossible. I want to lift up some people to watch coming up. Dr. Lisa Cook at the Fed. She still basically is holding on to her seat. That's a blessing. She ain't going nowhere. I want to lift up the youngins, the Gen Z union organizers and others. They are doing such great work. And my friend, Dr. Ron Daniels talks about operational unity, which means this: we don't all have to get along, but we have to move in the same direction. Intergenerational operational unity requires us elders to grab youngin and pull them on. We want to talk about our HBCUs and Dr. Alma Adams, who founded the HBCU caucus, which is bicameral, which means House and Senate. It's also bipartisan. There are Republicans. Don't forget that HBCUs are economic drivers in their communities. Some of our HBCUs are in tiny communities, small communities, and we build a building. When we start a new program, the entire community benefits. So we want to keep our eyes on HBCUs. We want to keep our eyes on climate justice. People act like the climate, we are poor stewards of Mother, Father, Earth, poor stewards. And so we see what's going on. We see our climate declining. Mm-hmm. We see, folks, think about the plastic that you use and understand what that's doing. And if you have little ones, please don't give the children plastic. I'm just saying that. I'm not going to get into a long thing about that. Lyndia and I will talk about that in 2026. Watch the plastic that you use, but also, please be a good steward of our planet. Finally, Lyndia, we are in the middle of a housing crisis. There are between 2 and 5 million fewer homes available than we need. What does that mean? It means that people are paying more and more money to live. Elders, you and me, we elders, I hate to say it, but we are.
Yeah.
We were cute back in our day, but we elders now. And half of our elders are spending half of their money on maintaining their homes. That is a not untenable situation. And people are coming at us, coming at you. I don't know, a week doesn't pass by when some putrid person comes to my door. Do you want to sell your house? I told them, I'm going to get a rifle for y'all. Don't walk up on my steps with that. If you see a for sale sign, walk up the steps. You ain't seen one. But the bottom line is this: elders are going to be hit with reverse mortgage schemes and with other schemes. People, guard your generational wealth. If you've been in your house for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you've been saving for your grandkids. Don't let some shysters come and get your stuff. Just don't let it happen. There is so much injustice.
Last minute.
Okay, there's so much injustice out there. And even as we celebrate, remember the Christ child was homeless, born in a manger. Mm-hmm. Just think about that as we resist the predatory capitalism that's riddling our community. I'll see y'all next year.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Juliana Malvo. We have enjoyed your commentary this year. Now we're going to go to our commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment.
If it wasn't for my care coach at AmeriHealth, I probably wouldn't be so healthy right now. As a man, we don't get checkups or see a doctor regularly anyways. It's probably just a man thing because none of my partners go either. We know we should, but we just don't, and hope it works out.
So what changed for you?
AmeriHealth assigned me a care coach, somebody that gives one-on-one help, answer questions, explain things, and help set my appointments. She also helped me understand what having high blood pressure really means and ways to manage it so it doesn't kill me. It ain't nothing to play with. If you're a member of AmeriHealth, ask for a care coach. I'm glad I got mine.
At AmeriHealth, if you need a care coach, you can have one. Just call us at 1-877-759-6224 to get connected. 1-877-759-6224. This program is funded in part by the government of the District of Columbia Department of Healthcare Finance. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Washington Informer religion columnist Lyndia Grant.
Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a segregated Montgomery bus. In lectures on brotherhood, Ms. Parks often said, "People always say that I didn't give up my seat because I was tired. But that wasn't true. I was not tired physically. I was not old. I was 42. No, the only tired I was tired of giving in." Driven out of Montgomery by harassment and death threats, Detroit, Michigan became her new home. Rosa Parks will always be remembered as the mother of the civil rights movement. Raised in the AME church, she once said, "I remember finding such comfort and peace while reading the Bible."
Read more in the religion column of the Washington Informer, an award-winning African-American newspaper. We don't report crime or gossip, just positive news. Pick up the Washington Informer or visit us online at washingtoninformer.com. Call 202-561-4100 for more information.
This is Frank Smith with the African American Civil War Museum in Washington, D.C., located at 1925 Vermont Avenue Northwest on the Green Line. Did you know that a recent study found that children who visit museums do better in school and in life than children who do not? So parents, teachers, and preachers, let's get moving. I promise you, if you bring your children to the African American Civil War Museum, they will be inspired by the images that they see. They will be impressed by our living history reenactors who are always available, and they will be involved in our scavenger hunt that takes them throughout our exhibit. That's the African American Civil War Museum, 1925 Vermont Avenue. Our hours are 10 to 6:30 on weekdays, 12 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays. See it. Be inspired.
All right, we are back. Thank you for tuning in to the Lyndia Grant Show. Now we're going to go to our second half. I am so pleased to have with me today Robert Eugene Young of the District of Columbia and Reverend Nikita D. Wilson. She's one of the performers going to be on the show and his co-chair, talking about a community music festival that's coming up on Saturday, December the 20th from 3 to 5 p.m. They're going to be telling you all about this. All right, let's go to Robert Young to talk about the community festival. How did the community festival get started?
Yes, I'm so glad, Dr. Grant, you have us on the show today. The way that the community festival started was back in 2019. In D.C., the mayor had passed a budget to redo, refurbish, renovate, or rebuild all of the libraries in D.C. And I was a part of a nonprofit organization called the Friends of Capitol View Library, and a part of the reopening of the library, because it had been shut down for about a year or two, was to bring awareness back to the library. So me being on this board, but many of the people knowing that I was a musician, director, and singer, say, "Hey, Rob, why don't you do something musical to bring awareness back to the library?" So that's how it started. And my mindset was in the title, Community Music Festival. So basically, it wasn't just music; it was dancing, it was poetry, it was just any talent that an individual will bring. And even though it was in the December Christmas season, it wasn't a Christmas party, but it was a community gathering to bring us together.
Okay, that sounds great. I remember when the new library started coming along. They look so nice. So thank you for that. Who are the Friends of Capitol View Library?
So basically, the Friends of Capitol View Library is a 501c3, and one of the, I guess, infrastructure of DC public libraries, they allow community or residents to act as a conduit with the community and the library to assure funding and to assure programming for each community.
Oh, okay. And then you have some events that are coming up. One is with Urban Nation. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I will. But if I can go back to Capitol View Library quickly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Library, they offer a lot of services. that they're they have advocates against gun violence and things of that nature. But also they also have a book nook where if you're trying to get rid of books or any type of CDs or media, you can drop them off and get a tax write-off. And if you want to contact them, you can contact them at 202-645-0755. That number again is 202-645-0755. And the email is capitalviewfriends@gmail.com. That's capital with a O, capitalviewfriends@gmail.com. Now with the and before I also move on with that too, with the festival, as you mentioned earlier, my co-host, Miss Reverend Nikita D. Wilson, is a major part of it, bringing the acts in, promoting it, and I'm very happy that she was able to contact you, because without her, it wouldn't be no you, and without her, it wouldn't be this. So I just want to give her big props. She's an awesome woman of God who knows how to get business done. She's about the business. Now about Urban Nation Hip Hop Choir. Urban Nation has been around since the 1990s. It came out of BET, Black Entertainment TV, and it's for the children of this area. We help them who wants to be in the performing arts, either as singers, dancers, or musicians. And it's a nonprofit. So this time of the year, we are hoping to, if you're looking for an organization to donate to, Urban Nation could be connected to urbannationchoir.org. You can contact them that way. That's all one word. The email is Urban Nation Incorporated. That's urbannationinc@gmail.com. And if you want to call, the number is 202-422-5775. And one of the highlights of Urban Nation, many of us know about Broadway and the play called Wicked, which is a popular movie right now. Mm-hmm. And one of the young ladies that came up through DC was the first African American this past year to play the lead role of Wicked, which is called Glinda. So we're looking for the kids, no matter, even if they have disabilities or anything of that nature, we still work with you, because we're all about inclusion and diversity in a positive way. So Urban Nation is here, not just for us, but for all. And the full name of Urban Nation is called Urban Nation Hip Hop Choir. And hip hop is an acronym for Hope, Integrity, Power, Helping Our People. Thank you.
Well, I just want to tell you, Reverend Young, that Urban Nation Hip Hop Choir performed for me on U Street. I don't know if you were part of it back in the day for the African American Civil War Memorial.
Wow.
I remember also, I think they went to the Capitol and performed for the unveiling. I have a lot of connection with Urban Nation. I didn't realize it. I think it's the same group.
It's the same one with Dr. Ricky Payton.
Yes, he'll tell you. Okay, I want to say hi to Reverend Nikita, because I see she's on the line with you and she's going to be helping you out. How are you today, Reverend Nikita?
Dr. Grant, how are you? Thank you so much for having us. I think this is my fourth time being on your show. I think I preached maybe 3 times on the show, something like that. I knew I did some singing or something.
So glad that you could be with them today, and looking forward to this.
Thank you.
All right, let me go back to the chair here, Robert. Robert, what is your dream job?
So my dream job is to be a public speaker to elementary, middle school, and high school students about self-esteem. On my music platform, which is Robbie Is Music, that's ROBY Is Music, my motto is suicide is not the answer. And what I want to do is be able to talk to kids. Many times kids are not learning, not because of the curriculum, they're not learning because of social issues. Who am I? Who like me? Who don't like me? Am I ugly? Getting to and fro from school, family situations. Who am I as a person? So my dream job, and I know God will bring it to pass, that I become a public speaker to talk to kids from elementary to high school about knowing who they are and having faith within themselves, and that suicide is not the answer.
You need to hook up with Willie Jolly. Willie Jolly started out in the schools too. You know, he's a world-renowned speaker.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
And Willie Jolly usually is on my show every year. It's a good friend of mine. If you want me to introduce you, I'll be happy to.
Matter of fact, I met him through Dr. Ricky Payton. We sang together at a function. But yes, do that, because he calls me the guy with the nice voice, nice singing voice.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Tell us the last question before we go to some announcements you have. What did you learn while caring for your 82-year-old mother?
So my mom, Miss Mamie Lee Rice Young Sr., just passed a few weeks ago, and I was her main caregiver along with my sisters. And what I learned, and this is for everyone, that when you go to the doctor and when they give you medications, do your own research about the side effects. Because many times doctors will give you the most common side effects, but check all of the side effects so that you can make a more educated decision on what medicines to give your loved ones and to yourself.
I agree. I used to work at the supervising Children's Hospital in Oakland, California. And I'm going to tell you right now, I found out that they covered up things that happened to some of the children. They would operate on the wrong child, and they would say something happened to the child when they got the paperwork. And so they were secrets, and I hated it. I wanted to go on the radio so bad and tell everybody, but I would lose my job if they ever found it out. But hospitals are just people working there. They make mistakes. I guarantee you. You are absolutely correct for that. All right. Well, you have a couple of announcements you want to make and tell people to come out to your event, the date and the place and the time. And then we're going to hear Reverend Nikita, who is going to be there with you. Talk to the people about coming to this event.
So basically, the name of the event is Community Music Festival. This is the 6th year. It started back in 2019. We didn't do it in 2020 because of COVID, but it's going to be at the Capitol View Library Saturday, December the 20th from 3 p.m. to 5:30, and it's located at 5001 Central Avenue, Southeast, Washington, D.C., 20019. And then also, along with Urban Nation, we are collaborating with the Cultural Academy for Excellence. This is a pre-30th anniversary concert celebration, and it's going to be on the third Saturday, the 13th, 2025, from 2 to 4 p.m. And if you have more questions, you can call 301-785-0390 or go to Eventbrite. This is a ticketed event. The library event is free, but this is a ticketed event, and you can go to Eventbrite and look up Cultural Academy for Excellence, which is, for years, this concert is not for performance, but it's a reflection of what is possible when we believe in our youth, honor our cultural heritage, and invest in our future. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, we're going to hear just a snippet of music from Reverend Nikita. She sings so well. It's going to be a cappella. Let's hear it, Reverend Nikita.
Yes, ma'am. You gotta say I don't own the copyrights. You gotta say that so you won't get sued. This is an old classic. I sing this for weddings. I've sang this for weddings for many, many years. People's weddings. Inseparable by Natalie Cole. I think she recorded that in 1978 when I was a little girl. Inseparable. That's how you are to me, inseparable for the rest of our years. It's so wonderful to know that you're around me. Incredible. That's just a little piece.
All right. Sounds great.
You know what? Can I give a shout out real quickly to somebody who's going to be on the show?
Yes.
Okay, we got DC's own. Everybody knows her from Blues Alley, my homegirl, DC's own Sonora Hempfield.
Okay,
She's going to be on the show. Yes.
All right. Well, that is coming up on the 20th, December the 20th, from 3 to 5 p.m. And I think he said the Capitol View Library on Central Avenue.
Yes.
5001 Central Avenue, Southeast, from 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Okay. That's not the library up there by the Stewart Funeral Home, is it?
Yeah, well, the one that's by Stewart, that's the Benning Dorothy Height Library.
Oh, yeah, that's Dorothy Height. Okay. But it's not that far from there, is it?
Near Shrimp Boat, St. Luke Catholic Church.
Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like a winner. I hope you all will all come out. And like he said, the one on the 20th is free. So we hope you all will come out and enjoy. This is his chance to give back to the city. And you can hear from Reverend Nikita how good the entertainment will be. And I can tell you right now, if Urban Nation Hip Hop Choir is going to be there, you miss it, you missing a treat. I already know. They can sing. They can sing.
And you know, Dr. Grant, if Robert can give a little piece of what he's going to sing, that'd be great.
Nah, they got to come to get that.
All right, because we are out of time now anyway. So
yes, ma'am.
But all right, but thank you for being my guest today. If you just want to give any closing comments, Robert, before we go for the day.
Absolutely. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity, Dr. Grant, and thank you, Reverend Nikita D. Wilson, for this connection. And I'm very don't be discouraged in anything that you're doing, even though it might be small to some, but it is great to God. And be encouraged and hold on to your dreams and know that, like I said earlier, that suicide is not the answer. Thank you.
And I just want to give you my condolences in the loss of your mom. I don't know if you even had your services yet, but I'm glad that you were able to still come on and do this. And and thank you for taking care of your mom.
Yes, ma'am. Me and my sisters.
All right, you and your sister.
Yeah.
All right, that does it for the Lyndia Grant Show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Robert Eugene Young and Reverend Nikita D. Wilson. We invite you all out to Saturday, December 20th, Capitol View Library, a free program to support the Community Music Festival, 3 to 5 p.m. Bring the family. Thank you so much. All right, that does it for the Lyndia Grant Show. Good day.
Thank you for listening to the Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with your host, Lyndia Grant.
Washington Informer religion columnist Lyndia Grant.
Ida B. Wells, born into enslavement, was a journalist and activist. An avid reader, she read through the entire Bible many times. Wells was once asked to leave the ladies' car and sit in the colored train. She refused and train officials pushed her. Ida B. Wells retaliated but was pushed off the train at the next stop. A crowd of whites applauded. She vowed to get even. 3 of her close friends were lynched for opening businesses that cut into profits of whites. Everything changed for Wells. She spoke out internationally against lynching of blacks for the rest of her life. Through her efforts, lynching in America nearly disappeared by the time of her death. And NAACP founder, we salute Ida B. Wells for Women's History Month.
Read more in the religion column of the Washington Informer, an award-winning African-American newspaper. We don't report crime or gossip, just positive news. Pick up the Washington Informer or visit us online at WashingtonInformer.com. Call 202-561-4100 for more information. Washington Informer religion columnist Lyndia Grant.
Who Moved My Cheese is a book about 2 types of people, those who accept change quickly and move on, and those who hem and haw and try to figure things out. They didn't see change coming and waste valuable time trying to figure out what happened. How did this happen to me? Let's call this group procrastinators. The lesson inside the cheese story is simple. Life is change. Gerther said it best when he said, "If I accept you as you are, I will make you worse. However, if I treat you as though you are what you're capable of becoming, I help you become that." We must change and keep moving. The Bible tells us to seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be open unto you, ask and it shall be given.
Read more in the religion column of the Washington Informer, an award-winning African-American newspaper. We don't report crime or gossip, just positive news. Pick up the Washington Informer or visit us online at WashingtonInformer.com. Call 202-561-4100 for more information.